Hey, y'all. Welcome or welcome back. It's good to see y'all, and I hope everything is going well in your world. Today, I'm going to do another VR video response to the hashtag Tarot Collection Top Decks. And that was from 78 Puertas. So let's get going on it. The first question is, what is your very first tarot deck ever? And my first tarot deck ever was Mystical Cats by Lunea Weatherstone. And I got these originally because I didn't like traditional RWS pictures. I'm trying to get a better view. Sorry about that. There we go. And I love cats. So this is what got my attention. It is RWS based. I mean, look at that Six of Sky. So it did change the suit. So Sky is swords. The suits are changing. The sea is cups. But I love the colors. And of course, the cats. Fire is wands. And this is what I started out on when I decided to get back into tarot and learning it. It also changed the court cards. So there's kitten. I can't remember what the rest of them are. See if I can find some. I wasn't paying attention earlier. King, kitten, king. I don't know. Anyway, they did change the court cards also. Queen. So that was the very first tarot deck that I ever had, was Mystical Cats by Lunea Weatherstone. My most recent tarot deck that I got was Tarot of the New Vision, and I got it in the pocket version. And this one, who is it by? Pietro Alligo, and the artwork by Raul and Gianluca Cestaro. Or Gianluca? Sorry about that when I get the names wrong. But the Tarot of the New Vision does shows it from the opposite view, each card from the opposite view of what you see in the traditional cards. So like this Five of Pence, he's on the inside of the church. And the only thing I don't like about this, and I don't know if it's the same in the full-size deck, is that the little white book does not give any additional meanings or references for it being shown from the opposite side. So I don't know if the full-size deck has some of those additions, but this pocket size does not. So that was the most recent deck I got, Tarot of the New Vision. Pocket size, but it wasn't the most recent deck I got. So the most recent deck I got was the Audacity deck. And this is by the Pine Torch. And it's not a tarot deck, but I love it. Here's the 0 of F's. I don't know if it matters if I say it or not on YouTube. The Burned Bridge. The 2 of D's. And if you look, you can say what he's saying. The 2 of D's. Anyway, I love this artwork. I love the colors. I love the messages that it gets right down to it. I haven't played a lot with it. I've just gone through it and gone through the booklet, which is really like the breast pump. There you go. I just love this, the taco. And then when you look at the book, so here's the star, all eyes on you, you're the star, the center of attention, the celebrity. And then it gives you a message. And each card is like that. So let's see here. The slice. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. by Dean Martin. And then the message, any way you slice it, you're hooked. You're besotted. You're smitten. You're completely obsessed. You are in it deep with all the toppings. Whatever it is you're fixated on has all of your attention. It's stuck to you like gooey cheese, and you deserve it. So I love the booklet that comes with it too. So that's the most recent deck I got was the Audacity deck by the Pine Torch. Let's see. The next one was, which tarot has the best colors? And I had a couple of them. One was the Star Tarot, which is my new fave. This is the backs, and it has gilding edges. And I love colorful decks. So I chose, this was one of them I chose, was the Star Tarot. And that is by, who is this by? Cathy McClelland. And I love the bright colors and the symbolism in this deck too. I mean, it's so pretty. I love it. It's my favorite deck right now to work with, tarot deck to work with. Absolutely love it. So that's definitely one that has the best colors. And then the other one is the Wandering Star Tarot. And let me see if I can grab that. For the best colors also. This is by Kat Pierce. And it's got great colors, not maybe as bright as the star, but lovely colors too. So this deck makes me happy. Also, so I chose this one also. So these two for the best colors. I love it. And this deck also, if you can see, has the words. So it has some of the basic meanings on the actual card, which makes it kind of a nice, it has an extra card, the creator. It makes it kind of nice to have just a easy read deck too, with wonderful colors. That's another extra card, the Mother Star. So that was the Wandering Star Tarot and the Star Tarot. So I guess that says something if they both have star for my best colors. What tarot deck has the best faces? And I chose the Astromatrix Tarot, which was also up for best color too. So let me pull it out here because it's colorful too. Let me see if I can find some faces here. So I think the faces on here are really good. They have good expressions. They're detailed, not a face card. There you go. I love that Nine of Cups, by the way. So this is the deck that I chose for the best faces, was the Astromatrix Tarot. There's little kids. There you go. The next one is, what is my largest tarot deck? And it is the Ghetto Tarot. And this one also comes up for my most misunderstood tarot too. But this is the Ghetto Tarot. The artwork was done by Smeets, and the photography was done by Smeets, and the people in the deck, and it takes place in Haiti, and these are Haitians in the deck from an artist group called Artistes Resistance. And this is my largest deck. And if I could get a regular size deck real quick, you can see the size difference there. So this is my largest deck. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now when it comes to the most misunderstood. And the reason this is misunderstood, in my opinion, is, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but the photographer, Alice Smeets, is a Caucasian woman. And she took these pictures in Haiti from this artist group, Artistes Resistants, in the ghetto of Haiti. And so when you read on her, she really loves Haiti. She's lived there a couple years. She goes there all the time. She loves their passion and their spirituality and everything. So saying that a white woman goes in and takes these pictures is a problem. It might be, but she uses Haitians. And in Haiti, they have taken the word ghetto as their own. So they don't see it as a negative word. They've changed the language on it. So for them, it means community, family, and solidarity. And so they've changed the unfavorable interpretations to changed it to something beautiful because it's their home. And in case you don't know, if you're poor, you don't need a bunch of people, especially in other countries, telling you that you're poor. So there you go. But I think this deck is beautiful. I love the photography. I love this artist group. They set up the scenes and posed in them, and everything that's in it is also from the ghetto. So nothing like this horse that the sun child has, it came from the ghetto, from their neighborhood. It wasn't brought in from somewhere else. I mean, there's the world. That's just beautiful. So anyway, this is my largest deck and probably my most misunderstood deck. But I think it's beautiful. So that was the Ghetto Tarot, taken by Alice Smeets and put together by the Artistes Resistants in Haiti. Now my smallest deck, I don't have anything really tiny. They are all the these minis, like the Linestrider, and I have the Everyday Witch, and I have a couple of others. These are Llewellyn size small decks. So these are the only small ones I have. I'm not going to show them right now. So, but because I have a couple of others that are the same size, the Llewellyn size mini decks. What tarot deck has the best court cards? And on this one, I chose the star again. You're going to get a star on a lot of these. I think it comes up at least one more time. But there's the Queen of Cups. I just love, let me find the other ones. Sorry, I should have set this up ahead of time, huh? Sorry about there. There's the Prince of Wands. I just really like the court cards. I like the difference in the people. I like the symbolism that's in it. I like the faces of them. And so I chose this one as the best court cards. It's the Prince of Swords. Anyway, I love it. I should have set it up better so you could see more of them. Sorry about that. The next one, which is my most worn out tarot deck. And what's funny is it was gifted to me. It's the Tarot Illuminati. And it was gifted to me by a friend, and she is what I call a rough shuffler. So that's why this one's worn out. Not because it gets used a lot. It obviously got used a lot when she had it. I don't use it as much. But that's why this one is the most worn out. It was gifted to me this way, but I still like it. I like the pictures, the artwork, and the colors in this one too. And who does Tarot Illuminati by Erik C. Dunne, and the book was done by Kim Huggens. So that is the most worn out I have, but the most worn out deck that I have that I actually wore out or use enough to get some wear on it, I should say. I'm not a rough shuffler, but it is the Everyday Witch Tarot. See, I have the mini and the full size. And this one I have used a lot. This is the deck I use when I don't feel good, when I just want a comfort thing. And I love this deck. It's fun. And I read with it really well. So that's why it's my easy deck and that has been used the most. So that was the Everyday Witch, the full size. Now the mini is worn out too, but that's because it's in my purse a lot. So it gets beat up in my purse. Then the next one, which is my most esoteric tarot deck. And again, I chose the star. I'm telling you, this one's my top one. I mentioned this, it has so many symbols on each deck. Like this one has feathers, it has a labyrinth, there's a dragonfly, the rainbow colors on the temperance. There's so much more than just the traditional images. And I learned that this is also based on Thoth. So it's like an RWS Thoth hybrid. And so they get a lot of symbols from that also. I mean, on the Six of Cups, and they're writing a rainbow unicorn. That is awesome. I love that. And sometimes the symbols are so small that you have time seeing them. Like this one has a little fairy there, different birds, different flowers. So this would be my most esoteric deck next to the Thoth deck. I do have a Thoth deck. So next to that, it's my most esoteric. And this is the book. And it's a chunky book. But what she does for each card is she has the astrological info, lunar cycle, a keyword, and then traditional meanings. And then at the last paragraph, she will go through the symbols of each card and what they mean. So you get it all in this. It's a really good book to dig deep and go in, but yet it's also got the traditional symbolism. So sorry about that. So this book is just a really good book. It can go deep, or it has traditional meanings too. So that makes it really a good deck and book, The Star Tarot by Cathy McClelland. All right. So the next one is the tarot deck that is best for shadow work. And I use the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot by Rose Wright and illustrated by Eugene Smith. And, you know, in my mind, Poe is shadow. And I love his work and even his life story. Sorry, I'm digging this out of the box. Here are the backs with the raven. And so when I read with this and I look at the story, each card is a representative of one of the stories he's done. I can go really kind of deep in it and get more info and touch places that a lot of other decks won't touch when doing shadow work. It's not the only deck I use for shadow work, but I use this and a couple of oracles. So, yep, that's the one I use for the shadow work, is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. It's a good place to stop with the devil. Then the next question is, what tarot deck has the best back design? And I really, really like the Wandering Star Tarot. I guess I'm not super original since I keep picking the same decks on some of these, but I love these backs. I love the colors. I think they're cool looking. So that's the best back design that I chose, was the Wandering Star Tarot. And then moving on from there. So you may notice that things look a little different. because I had some technical difficulties and lost half of my last recording. So I'm just going to finish it up now. The question that I was on was, which tarot deck has the best cardstock? So interestingly, to me at least, I have one deck, this Fyodor Pavlov, that has linen cardstock. And I have heard that people love linen cardstock. And then, whoops, trying to get it out. Sorry about that. And when I got this is the backs, and then it's gilded. I was surprised how slippery it is. So it's actually hard for me to shuffle. I have hand issues and it just makes it difficult. But I love this deck. I love the color of it, the imagery, the book that goes with it, and he explains how he did each card, what he took into consideration and everything. And I just really like this card, this deck. But the linen cardstock for me, even though it's considered, I guess, high end, is really slippery. So I don't know if all linen cardstock is slippery like this or if it's a certain kind, but I still love the deck, but I wouldn't necessarily put this on my favorite. And I was a little surprised by that. And please forgive if you hear my dog barking in the background. They're not pleased because I put them in a bedroom. So anyway, the one that I actually love is the Pixie Pop Tarot. And it's not called Pixie Pop. Pixie Pop was the name of the playing card deck that came along with this deck that I got on Kickstarter. It's just the Pixie Tarot. And it's done by Jillian Wild. And this deck has, I guess it's what's considered a rose petal finish. It's soft. There are the backs. And it's upside down. It's kind of a soft cardstock, and I really like it. It's smooth. It's not too slippery. It doesn't stick. Any issues I'm having now is completely on my hands and not on the cards themselves. I love this deck. It's a RWS, obviously, and with different coloration on it. And I just love how she did it. It's smaller than a normal, a little smaller than a normal deck, RWS deck. So it's really easy on my hands. And it has a really lovely feel to it. So this would be my favorite. Again, it's the Pixie Tarot. And also the one that makes the best sound when you shuffle is this deck to me. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear this or not. I've tried it before, and sometimes you can hear it and sometimes you cannot. So let's see. So I don't know. We'll find out if you're able to hear that or not. But anyway, so this is the Pixie Tarot from my favorite cardstock. And also that makes it the best soft silky touch too. So that covered 3 of them. Pixie Tarot, soft fit, best cardstock, soft silky touch, and the best sound when you shuffle. The next one is, which is your most ancient tarot deck or the most historical? So I don't have any decks that are historical imagery or like the masters of art or anything like that. So I actually chose Unfinished Business, a Ghostly Tarot by MJ Cullinane. I also got this in Kickstarter, and it is RWS based, but it is the stories of people who have passed. So that's why I picked it for historical, because these people are no longer with us, and it just talks about their stories. And I love MJ Cullinane. I love her style. These cards are a little bigger than a regular size deck, but I like it. I don't mind it because you get to see more of the imagery. And each one has its own little story that goes with it in the book. The life story of the person in the card, and their demise. So how they died. So this was the ghostly, what was it? Sorry, Unfinished Business, A Ghostly Tarot by MJ Cullinane. There you go. The Crow. Love this deck. That's probably the only one that I have that has anything to do with history. And also, I don't have really old decks either that I know some people have chosen old decks that they've had or have gotten that were published, decades ago. I don't have any of those either. So the next question is, which tarot deck was the most surprising for good or bad? So for me, I was actually surprised that I didn't like it. And it was the In Between Tarot by Janine Worthington and Franco Rivoli. And this deck covers the cards or the scenes in between cards. So there's the back. So like this is the card between the Fool and the Magician. So that's what this in between is what happens between the Magician, the High Priestess. And my issue with the card, I thought this was going to be such a cool concept. And I guess my issue is with the minors, especially with the pentacles or the coins as it is in this deck. So here's the between the Ace of Coins and the Two of Coins. So we go into suffrage, women's suffrage, and equal votes for people. And I just have a hard time. I think it is connecting the story of the equality and the vote with the cards. And that could be completely on me. I was just disappointed that I don't click on it right away. So I just don't really like this deck that much. I haven't really used it. In my brain, it just didn't connect up. When you get to the court cards, now these make sense because here's a woman with her baby in the factory where she works for the, oh, I'm doing it backwards. Hold on. Here we go. Here's the page. Here's a young woman in the factory working. Oh, hello. Sorry about that not being on camera. Here she is. She's older. She's pregnant, still in the same factory. Then you have her with the new baby in the same factory. And then the king is, she's a grandparent teaching her daughter, but still in the same factory. So at least that progression I get in my head. Some of the other ones in the minors I don't get. So I was just disappointed with this. And that if you have any comments about it or if you like it, it connects with you, please let me know in the comments below because I would love to be able to understand this deck more. If I don't get it, it's probably going to be rehomed because I just do not click with it. So that was just the most surprising, kind of in a bad way, the In Between Tarot. Which tarot deck has the best purchase story? And I don't have one. I don't have any special story at all. Next, what tarot deck do you always use for self-readings? And I like to rotate my decks because I have quite a few and I want to be able to use them all. So I rotate usually according to seasons, but also according to what I'm in the mood for or what the reading is about. So I just rotate them. So I don't use the same deck all the time. Next one is, which is the most difficult tarot deck to be mastered? And I think for me, along with a lot of other people, it's probably Thoth deck. I've started studying it more and I really read off of imagery. And so I think that's what's getting me holed up a little bit is the imagery of Thoth. I just have to really, of course, think on it. So it's doesn't click in my brain right away. And so it's just taking me a while to really get into it and be able, I don't know if I'll ever master it, but at least, to learn it. I am really loving that the star deck is a hybrid because I get it better. The Thoth imagery when it comes up in the star deck, which I mentioned earlier, but it's also the one that comes as my best overall tarot deck. For me right now, you know, I may change my mind later, but right now it is the Star deck that I've shown earlier, and it is like a hybrid of RWS and Thoth. So this one, I'm hoping also helps me connect with Thoth based by itself too, just bridging that RWS and Thoth imagery in my mind. So this, yep, this is my best overall. I love the colors. I love the symbolism. There's so much symbolism in each card. The butterflies, the lotus. And also I love this magician. My favorite one in this, if I can find it quickly, is the devil. The devil is my zodiac card. And I love this devil. It's got so much imagery in it and so many different ways to think about the devil card when it comes up in a reading. Absolutely love it. And as I said earlier, the book comes with it, has so much in each book about each card, in the book about each card, sorry. And all the symbols are mentioned that she has put on each card. So this is my best overall deck, which is the Star Tarot by Cathy McClelland, I believe. So there we are. That was my top collection, tarot collection top decks. A VR to 78 Puertas. Thank you for listening in or watching, and I hope you continue to come back. Subscribe down below, like it, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Bye.